The COVID-19 Omicron variant had a negative impact when countries imposed travel restrictions on South Africa. Tourism is one of the sectors that contributes to the economy of the country. It also creates jobs. Britain is one of the countries that contributes to international tourism numbers. To look at how the COVID-19 Omicron variant affected a number of tourists visiting South Africa, we're joined by our correspondent in London, Laura Makin-Isherwood. Laura, thank you so much for your time. Let's talk about how the COVID-19 Omicron variant affected tourists who were intending to visit South Africa last year.
Well, look, it was another blow to the sector, wasn't it? This emergence of the Omicron variant, putting South Africa back onto the red list, of course, and hitting the tourism industry really hard because, of course, it meant that flights were cancelled, people were imposed to greater costs when it came to having tests or maybe even having to quarantine if they did manage to get into gaps where those flights were available. And it's really dented this industry. Just a couple of the figures, around 430,000 travellers came from the UK to South Africa in 2019, so that's before the pandemic started completely. But in the first few months, the first 5 months of 2021, just 8,000 travellers from the UK headed to South Africa, and it's believed, according to the World Travel and Tourism Council at least, that the UK travel ban has cost South Africa more than 5.5 billion rand in 2021. Now, of course, that's a lot of money to take out of the economy and also affecting multiple jobs.
Let's talk about, I suppose, how the UK is hoping to revive trade relations with South Africa post-Brexit.
Yeah, exactly. And since Brexit, the UK has been looking at how it can reinvent itself, I suppose. It's branding itself a sort of global Britain and outward look at different areas, different markets that it can tap into. And there has been this push by the UK government to really reiterate that it does see Africa as a big partner. But a lot of the deals that have been done so far are effectively just a rehashing of the previous deals that were available when the UK was part of the European Union. So while the Prime Minister Boris Johnson has been pushing for UK-Africa summits, trying to get leaders on board and see his vision, promoting the UK as a big partner for trade, so far many of those deals don't seem to have really cut the mustard in terms of trying to boost economies on both sides, so the United Kingdom and Africa, and South Africa specifically. Of course, some of the biggest exports from South Africa to the UK are precious metals, nuts, fruit and vehicles as well. And we understand that there will be people trying to tap into that, but also services as well. So business and goods services that way, and also transfers of intellectual property.
Is there still interest from, investors in the UK to invest in the country?
Yes, there is, and there's quite a few people that are actually looking to Africa as a growing economy and investing in that a lot. In 2020, foreign direct investments from the UK to South Africa was in the region of £19.4 billion. That was a 36% increase on the investment that was placed in 2019. So it does seem like that trend is growing and more money does look to be being pushed from the United Kingdom into South Africa specifically, trying to tap into this emerging economy, the growth that is happening there, and maximising those links right now and obviously into the future as well.
Laura, let's leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. That is our London correspondent, Laura Makin-Isherwood.